Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Ask Me Anything. This is Katrina, and tonight we'll talk about 5 steps to sharing your epic story. If this is the first time you're tuning in and catching me live here, I'm Katrina. I'm based here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I'm a mom of three. There you go. My boys are there behind me. I love what I do. I help ambitious working school age moms build a legacy revenue online while nurturing home and family life. If you're tuning in live, comment live and tell me where you are tuning in from. And if you're watching this on a replay, comment replay down below and tell me where you are tuning in from so we know how global we are. And I just finished a Zoom with my business partners. Usually every Monday, we do team Zooms and I help them with their ads. We do um, reviews of the ads, what's working, what I think is good about it, and how we can help improve each other's. We learn from each other. And I thought of sharing with you here. There you go. Yeah, 5 steps to sharing your epic story. As some of you know, if you've been following me for a while, or if you're also part of the online business that I am in, that you know that the main thing that we do here is social media marketing, advertising. Specifically, we call it attraction marketing. It's not a new concept, but maybe for some of you, it's a fairly new concept. But it's not just us who's doing this, but a lot of other businesses as well online, because we're in that time and age that it's not just all about selling products, like pushing the products and then buy this, buy that, right? So it's really more on the connection and also the relationship that we build, especially when it comes to social media. That's why you guys are seeing me posting more often, and not just about the business that I'm doing, but also about my family, my daily life as a mom, as an immigrant, just as me, as a lady, as a mom, because I want you to have more chances to connect with me, and of course, to develop the trusting relationship, to know, for you guys, ladies and gentlemen, to know, like, and trust me, and eventually maybe you'd also be interested in the business that I'm doing, and just to provide value as well, even if you're not interested doing the business. That's totally okay. If you feel like I've entertained you and I provided value, I added something to your day, then I think my mission is done. Right? Let me see here in the comment section. Hi, Jessica. Thanks for tuning in. Hello, hello. And awesome. So here we go. One of the most common questions that I get, especially for new business owners and my new business partners who are joining the business, is that, okay, Katrina, yes, okay, I kind of understand what you're doing. We are doing here social media marketing. We are not really like advertising. Yes, we do have products and companies at the back ends, back ends, back end. We have affiliate companies, but you won't. If you notice, if you've been following me for a while, you notice that I don't post anything about products or companies per se. That's not, although yes, we do have them on the back end, but that's just part of the whole business model. Because, yeah, technically that's not the business model that we have works. So how it works is, okay, Katrina, you do have the products and the companies, but I'm not seeing it posted. So, what are we really advertising here? And if you click on my ad, well, you pretty have an idea already what we're advertising here. What I'm advertising here is basically just the business opportunity, right? And how it's possible for everyday people like you and I, hardworking parents, moms specifically, can also, you know, build a legacy revenue online while nurturing home and family life. So that's, basically what I'm doing here online. And again, one of the most common questions that I get is, Katrina, I'm just new here in the business, and okay, I'm excited to get rolling, and I'm excited to, advertise on social media, share my story. But the thing is, I'm fairly new. I don't have any success yet that you have, like you have right now. And one of the main reasons I click on your ad, that's why I'm here, is because you told your story about your success, how you're able to transition from your 9 to 5 to doing this full time, living off of employment insurance to, turning your annual into monthlies. I don't have those things yet. So how am I able to attract my target audience? Like, how am I going to have people click on my ad, right? And I totally understand you on that. If you have those concerns, if you're here in the business, or maybe you're starting your own business, not in this business, and you're trying to, how do you go about that? Advertising in social media, and it's not just here on Facebook, but on different platforms as well, if you notice. And that's a very valid question. I totally understand you on that. And the secret, actually, well, it's not a secret anymore. And this is what I did also when I was just starting here in the business 4 years, more than 4 years ago, is basically I just shared my story to my audience. And it's not just like typical, okay, this is Katrina, da, da, da. How am I able to share it is I will actually break it down over here. Okay. And time again, I've been telling this also to my business partners. This is the key for you to be able to connect more with your audience. Hi, babes. Babeski, that babes guy. Hello. Nice to see you here. All right, so let's start off. Number one is you have to be real. Just share your story. You don't need to um, bloat it, especially when you're starting. Just, don't exaggerate. Just be you, because people can spot a fake story from miles away, especially if you're a new business owner and you're already claiming that you were able to do this, do that. Maybe, yes, you're able to do that, but not because of the business, but maybe because of the current work that you have or the past work that you've had, right? You can mention that, but maybe you can say, what I do suggest is, you've experienced those good things, but you realize you're able to do those because you traded a lot of your time for money. You've traded a lot of hours to be able to afford those vacations, right? So you can share that. So now you realize, I don't like to trade so much time anymore, so much hours anymore, just to be able to do that. That's why I started this business, right? And people will actually resonate with that because, maybe they also afford a lot of fancy things, fancy vacations, but they need to wait like so many months to be able to do that, and then just for like a 2 week vacation every year. And a lot of people can relate to that. So, just be real, because again, people can spot a fake story from miles away. And of course, you're not just being real also to your audience, but also to yourself, right? And later on, sooner or later, they will find out whether you're telling the truth or not. Okay. And you don't need to like flash income, things like that, because people will sense that, how you post as well, right? Although I'm not against some people in our team, in our business community, yes, they do mention. Sometimes I do post as well, like how many figures, but not the exact amount. But it works for them. And yeah, some people are also very attracted to, like, I'm also I'm human. I also get curious. Okay, this person's like earning this amount, right? But I think it's a personal preference, right? So just be real. And then number two, there you go. Keep it simple. I'm just doing my cheat sheet here. Make sure you have, when you share your story, make sure you have a start, a middle, and the end. Of think of the things like, why did you get started here in this business, and what challenges have you faced, and how are things right now. And if you're a new business owner, you can start off with saying, where are you from, where are you based right now, what's your work if you're still working, what's your work when you found the business, and what are your pain points. Why did you get started here? Maybe is it because you want to support more your family, your son, your daughter, your aging parents, or maybe you just want to travel or have more time for your spouse, rather than just saying hi, hello, because you have like, alternating shifts, right? Or maybe give more to your ministry. Um, sponsor some youth ministry, things like that. And yeah, mention those stories and how are things right now. Even if you're just starting now, you can say I'm excited because I know I'm moving towards those dreams that I have. And that's exactly what I also told in my story. Like, since 4 years ago, it just the things that are different right now, it's because it's those things that I was able to accomplish already, one by one. But the core story that I have 4 years ago, it's still exact the same thing. Like the dreams, not just for my family, but for my parents. I remember in my ad, I would put like I want to sponsor my parents coming here to Canada, and this year actually was a very epic year because I was able we were able to do that, and my brother and I worked together. The application of our parents, um, parent and grandparents who per visa. And today, actually, my father experienced his lifelong dream of experiencing snow for the first time because he is now based with in Alberta with my brother, and their winter comes early usually. So he had his very first snow experience today, and I I've yet to post about that, and that's actually connected. So keep it simple. So how are things right now, right? So because people can follow along your journey, and I would always say, just document your daily life because people can connect with that more. And this is in connection to number three: connect. Shape it so it speaks to what your listeners or your audience might be feeling or wanting. Make it about them as much as it's about you. Yes, you're sharing your personal story, but you also want to frame it to how your audience can relate. Like, for example, I'm a mom, so I'm basically targeting fellow moms like me with school age children. I would mention my pain points, the way I know how my fellow moms, working moms out there, can also, can relate. Like, rushing to your your morning commute, and at the same time, of course, taking care of the school drop off, and then rushing from work to catch the earliest train to be able to be on time picking up the kids from their daycare or after school program, right? Those are the sometimes, sometimes I it's like a thing of the past for me, but I need to remind myself that was me like a few years back, because a lot of my audience can relate with that. They want to have that liberty to be able to just drop their kids, relax, come home, work at home, and then, and wait for the school ends, and then I can pick them up. Like, I can leave home by 2:20, 2:30. I cannot do that if I was still employed. Like, they would need to go to an after school program, and I can pick them up like there 5:30, 6 p.m. And it would make me feel bad if my son or if my sons are the very last one to be picked up because I wasn't able to get off work like on time. So those are the pain points, right? And that helps me connect with fellow parents. And sometimes also just light things, self-care. And I am happy to see there are a lot of parents, moms out there who enjoy seeing like self-care because they also want those, right? And that's one way for me also to connect with fellow moms like me. Okay. And also, number four here is you have to show, don't just tell. If you have photos or little things from your journey, show them. It makes your story come alive. And that's why, especially here on social media, right? Photos, reels, videos, documenting whatever is happening in your life. Of course, you don't need to like to share every single thing, but those things that really make who you are and make you relatable to your audience. It's not just the all the good things. Sometimes you also do share something that's not that's unexpected, or maybe something sad or frustrating happened, but don't leave a bad taste to your audience. Leave it, end it with like a hope. Today's not a good day, but I'm I'm hopeful that this will, I'm learning something from this. So next time I will do this instead of this, something like that, right? So you give your own learning and how your audience can also learn from that. And when you do that, when you show not just the beautiful things or the IG worthy stuff, but make it an angle to serve as an inspiration, you show yourself as more human to your audience. And you know then it will make them connect with you and make you more relatable as well, right? And of course, last but definitely not the least here, most importantly, practice, especially when you're doing your ad, your video ad, or just sharing a go live like this. Before, I wouldn't be able to like hop on on a Zoom like this and just do like impromptu talking, although I do have a guide here. And the more practice, you have to know your story. That's your own story, right? But sharing it well and effectively takes practice. I'm able to do this right now because I recently look at my YouTube videos, like when I started streaming live on StreamYard on different platforms simultaneously, my Facebook business page, my personal Facebook and YouTube. And even before that, I've been already going lives, but um like a quick glance, I've had like more than like 130 plus videos on YouTube doing go lives for the past few years that I started using StreamYard. So maybe it's like close to 150 or 200 maybe, because before I'm not using StreamYard. And that's why I'm able to speak like confidently like this, because I was able to practice 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 consistently. And also, that's why right now versus like 4 years ago, I can quickly film an ad without a script. I just need to internalize quickly. And maybe it would take me, I still do like a couple of takes. Maybe the last one I took at Blue Mountain took me maybe around 6 takes. Before, it would take me maybe 20 takes. Right? And a lot of bloopers, a lot of stammers. And again, we get confident with anything that we do through practice. Practice makes progress. Not necessarily being perfect, but it makes progress. Um, being 1% better, learning something every day, or improving 1% better, improving little things every day. And when it compounds towards the end of the year, it's going to be a whole different you, like 365 days after, right? And speaking of it, it's the last quarter of the year. It's so fast. October is almost ending. Yeah, before we do that, I'll just finish off here. The most important, sharing it well takes practice, and keep trying and tweaking it as you go until you get so good at it that it just comes pouring out. And that's exactly what I'm able to do. Sometimes it's like automatic when I started sharing my story. It's like ingrained. It's like automatic already because I've said it so many times, like my background, what I do for work before. And I am Katrina, based in Toronto, originally from the Philippines. I used to be a TV production staff, a registered nurse, a life insurance advisor. After a couple of years, few years here in Canada, we realized we're still running in circles. So when I went on my maternity leave, I was so anxious. I wanted something extra to supplement our resource, because literally we're living off of employment insurance and my husband's student allowance from his student loan. And that was a scary moment season in our lives, growing family of five, shrinking resources. And then I found a video like this that you're watching, and the rest is history. You see how I was able to do like blurt it out in just one breath? Why? Because I've been doing that for 4 years now. So also that's just also a caution, especially for new business owners in our community, my business partners, that it can be so tempting to compare yourselves to others. And I do that too up until now, once in a while. But I use that as an inspiration, right? So don't be discouraged, like, oh, Katrina is so good, or this people are so good already. How am I able to target my audience? Um, don't compare your chapter one to my chapter four, like chapter 4 years business, right? It's going to be a totally different ball game. Like people here are 7 years. So sometimes I'm so tempted to also compare my chapter four to their chapter seven. It's a different ball game already. But I use that as an inspiration. Like, okay, these people got started 3 years before me, 2 years before me, and this is what they've accomplished so far. And that means they're paving the way. They're showing me that this is possible. Like recently, multiple, like a couple of power moms in our business hit a major business promotion. One has garnered like unlocked a lifetime bonus of 20 grand in a month, and the other one is 10 grand in a month. Like, oh my gosh. And I just recently started my legacy income, and I know I'm going towards that path as well. Like, oh my gosh, if this is also what's possible for me. And that's just like the base income, earning a lot more than like six figures in a month. And that just blows my mind too. And maybe it's blowing your mind too, but that's what's possible, right? So I use that as an inspiration. Okay, so practice. And what I was saying something. Oh, there you go. I hope you find value in that. And let me see here in the comment section. Uh, hey, Franco, I miss ya. Oh, congratulations on your, what's this? The bar, bar by your pool. I saw that, and you're also your bahay kubo. I love that. Maybe I can visit you one time in the Philippines and you go there, and when you're there, right? Hello, hello, and thank you, Lilibet, for tuning in. Hey, Natalie. Hello. I love your funny post. Very entertaining. Thank you so much for that. And as I was saying earlier, it's the last quarter of the month, of the year. Few months from now, it's going to be another year, 2024. OMG. And maybe you've been following me for a while and you're still wondering, what am I doing here online? Maybe you know me, or maybe this is the first time you're seeing me, and you've been contemplating, how can I make the next year, the best year of our lives, of my life, how am I able to achieve my goals, right? And I want to share this quote from Alex Ramosi. I am binging on his videos. He is a social media expert, really lots of free, he's providing lots of free value training. You can Google him. And he said, the difference between the decisions you made today and the decisions you made last year is if they've gotten you to where you are right now, somewhere, you're not yet at your best because you want to have more, because you want to give more, then they were not good decisions. And actually, right now, if you're watching that, you have the power to decide anytime you wish. You have the free will to do that. So if you're wanting to have that extra resource, and maybe I can do, you get inspired from my posts or on my go lives, and you're wondering what am I doing, then feel free. I don't usually, maybe I should do this more often, but we do have, let me see here. We do have, you can watch a free info session. It's every Tuesday, so tomorrow and Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Seats are limited on the live. But you can also watch, I know it's a Monday now, but as soon as you register on my website, you can watch a replay where I was in, where I shared my personal story and other people on the panel. Okay, you'll get an overview. Yes, it's free. The webinar is free, and then when you want to move forward, then just connect with me, ask me questions. You can just click on my link on my info session or info section, about section, or you can just message me. All right, so I hope that gives you value today, and I will see you again on my next Ask Me Anything. I'll just send off some contracts after this. All right. Thank you so much for watching. And for those of you who are wondering what I'm using, I'll tell you again. I'm using a paid version of StreamYard. It lets me customize this background that you're seeing. Also, little go ask me anything. And yes, and try it out yourself and see if it's something that you'd like to also use if you're here in the business. I think I saw another um, comment here, Jessica. Thank you for sharing tonight. I learned a lot from you, especially that I'm new and starting my own business. Awesome. Thank you, Jessica, and congratulations. Exciting times up ahead. All right. Thank you so much for all of you, to all of you watching this live and catching this on a replay. I'll see you again next time on my next Go Live. Awesome. Okay. Bye for now. Have a wonderful day.